So today we are joined by featherweight Nathan Kelly, who will be fighting on the Bellator Champions Series card in Dubai on the 25th of Jan. Great to have you on again, Nathan.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Of course, yeah. Last time we spoke, actually, was during the build-up to your last fight against Jose Sanchez in Dublin,
Yeah.
which you came off with a dominant submission in front of the home crowd. How good was that experience?
Yeah, it was a very good experience. I had an opponent change like just over 3 weeks out, so I was preparing for a big heavy striker and then we prepared for a grappler. So it was nice to beat the grappler on his own game essentially, and then to do it another first round win with a kind of a rare enough type of front choke in front of me friends, me family, and the Irish fans was it's peak endorphin rush. You know what I mean? It's class. But yeah, class feeling. Got out uninjured, unscathed, and was able to enjoy my night. So yeah, great night, and yeah, just kept the momentum going. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really dominant performance when I was watching it back again. Did you feel any more pressure fighting at home?
I don't think so. Now I fought at home now so many times that it's just like rocking up to another day at work. You know what I mean? That's the way I kind of look at it. You have to I try to normalize fighting as much as I can for the psychological benefit of I wouldn't be not nervous going to when I used to be a manager in Aldi. I wouldn't be nervous going to work in Aldi. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to perceive it the same way. It's my job to do this. It's my job to perform in front of thousands of people. Don't be nervous about it. Just go in and do what you're meant to do as your job entails. You know what I mean?
So your next matchup is against Kazan Magomed Sharapov, whose name may be
Actually,
familiar.
he actually pulled out a fight, unfortunately.
Oh wow! So what's
Yeah.
what's the situation then?
Yeah, so they replaced him with a guy called Ahmed Magomedov. So he's a Magomedov of some sort anyway. But yeah, they replaced him with a different Dagestani. So yeah, just I have another Dagestani head to take, and so be it. You know what I mean?
Do you know the reason why Kazan pulled out of the fight?
Yeah, they said it was injury. So that's what I have to go off allegedly.
Allegedly, do you think that there's something else to it? Do you think he's back down? He doesn't want to fight you then?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't say yes or no. You know what I mean? All I know is that he pulled out with an injury. I hope it is a real injury and it's not him just pulling out for the sake of it because it's not really a good look on you if you're doing that. You know what I mean?
Would you say this is your toughest test of your career?
Yeah, I'd say so. I've never fought a Dagestani guy, so they're meant to be built different. They're meant to be bred different. So we'll see on the night. All I have to go off is the hype around them and the mentality of them. So I think every fight you go up is going to be the toughest fight you've had. So every fight I've progressively had tougher fights, tougher opponents as the fights have went on. This is no different. But I've been preparing for a Dagestani for the last few weeks, so for them to replace him with another Dagestani, not much has changed. So bar maybe a few switch ups in his in the game plan initially to work around them, but for the most part I've been prepared the same way. I'm ready to take on all the Dagestanis. Let's go.
So I suppose I've seen some of Kazan's fights, and he has a kind of similar to his brother, has a little bit of an unorthodox style at times.
Yeah.
Is that something you've had to prepare for in your camp? But and now obviously that's changed now. But were you preparing for a more unorthodox style of fight?
Yeah, we were we know he throws like spinning kicks and switch kicks and stuff, but if you actually look at his fights, he doesn't throw a whole load of them. He might throw one every round or whatever like that,
Yeah,
but there wasn't a
he's
whole
still a
load.
wrestling heavy.
Still wrestling heavy, he might stun you with the spinning kick and try to make you freeze, and then when you're frozen, then he'd shoot in on you. So like there was a different approach to fighting him than this fella. We would have been looking to be a bit more strategic with our striking. But we are preparing for a wrestling heavy type of fight anyway, so it makes no odds. Now this fella, he is all wrestling heavy. He doesn't really have the technical striking ability that Hazan had, but no doubt about it, he definitely has the wrestling ability. So it's going to be no different, really. You know, the preparation was much the same. Prepare for a heavy wrestler, but ultimately, you know, don't be so shy of taking them down myself. You know what I mean? I'm quite a good grappler as well, and I think you know, trying to take him down might stun him, and I don't think he'd expect that. So I might have to pull that out of the back pocket at some point during the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So the training camp hasn't changed too distinctly.
No, training camp has been more or less the same. Like I'm over here in Dubai. I'm working with a coach, a Russian coach called Ozzy. You know, he's instilling in me the kind of wrestling heavy tactics of MMA, and yeah, so like just as much as I've practiced me wrestling defense, I've been practicing me wrestling offense, working with the Russian coach. So like I'm learning how to be a Russian from a Russian essentially, you know. So it's been yeah, it's been a really good camp. My preparation has been spot on. Like I said, the only difference in my strategy from fighting Kazan to this guy was just that my approach and my striking game just was going to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's not too much different. You know what I mean? Just little tweaks here and there to my striking. But for the most part, this guy here who I'm going to be fighting is going to be there to be hit. Whereas Kazan maybe would have been a bit more elusive and technical, where this guy is going to be in front of me to be hit, so I'm going to hit him.
So you mentioned earlier to me that you've now moved over to Dubai, and so are you not a member of SBG anymore? Is that not your where you're going to be doing your camps going forward?
Nah, it's not that I essentially moved over to Dubai. Like I am like here now like for the for this fight. Like John and Dave from SVG are coming over to corner me. You know what I mean? Like it's just that this is how it worked out. I was coming over here anyway, whether I was fighting or not. It just so happened that like I had my flights to come over here since August, you know, and then I ended up getting the fight mid November. So I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to acclimatise, train with a wrestling heavy kind of type of coach, and you know, bring me skills up to scratch. And yeah, it was just, I think it was the smart move anyway. It was a nice little change of scenery, got me out of my comfort zone. You know, John and Ozzy have been in contact and talking about me training, and you know, they've been going back and forth, so it's been positive from even at home. I've been in touch with my coaches at home as well, so you know, it's been working really well. So I'm gonna obviously fight here at the end of the month, and then I think I'm gonna stay a little bit longer as well because I haven't really had much downtime over here. As I was straight to business since I came over, so I'd like to, you know, maybe have a little bit of downtime and celebrate with my girlfriend after the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice winter in Dubai. It sounds pretty damn good, doesn't
Yeah, it ain't too shabby, man. I'm walking around in shorts and a t-shirt every day.
it? So the card you're fighting on, headlined by Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes,
Yeah,
and it's being billed as a bit of an Ireland versus Russia part two.
yeah.
Has any of that bad blood seeped into your fight at all?
I wouldn't say bad blood. Like I don't really get too emotionally invested in it. I feel like I'm quite good at just separating myself from like politics in terms of fighting. But for the most part, like you know, Khabib was coming out saying that you know Dagestan fighting is just better than Irish fighting, and he doesn't rate any of us on the card. That Ireland only really has two big fighters, which is Paul Hughes and Conor McGregor. I didn't even mention Ian Gary or anything like that, you know what I mean? So I'm on the card, I'm fighting Dagestani, I'm kind of been like, alright then, if that's the way you think, wait and you see what I'm gonna do to your kind, you know what I mean? I'm fighting a Dagestani guy and I'm gonna go in and prove like if you think I'm shit, wait and you see, just watch me, because I'm gonna make a show of your boy.
So it's just added a bit more fuel to the fire, then you could say.
Yeah, that's it. Like I'm a highly motivated individual anyway. I don't really need extra motivation, I feel. But this is one that made me be like, all right, we'll see, we'll see. Wait, you see now. 2 weeks time, we'll see.
Yeah. And do you have a particular favorite MMA rivalry?
Um, I suppose like the Conor and Khabib thing was pretty entertaining. You know what I mean? That was pretty good. I always really liked Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson though, and I think that was that was comedy gold back in the day when they were on the Ultimate Fighter and they are in
Putting his foot through the door.
yeah, when they're in the gym together and giving each other a stick. I thought that was absolutely top tier television. I also liked the John Jones DC rivalry. I thought that was quite good as well. The two lads brawling at the press conference and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. But in terms of comedic value, I'd say the Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson one was probably my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, that is a great one. So all goes to plan. You get the victory on the 25th. Are you going to be calling for that title shot next? Is that where you think your next fight's going to be?
Yeah, I'd love to call for that title shot. I don't know what the crack is with Pitbull, if his contract is up in smoke or in limbo or what the story is, but there's a little bit of a history with the Pitbull brothers in SPG Ireland, and he is looking to leave the company and stuff like that. So if I finish this guy in a nice manner, I feel like I'm gonna get on that mic and I'm gonna call out Pitbull, and hopefully I can be the one to send him packing if he wants to go. I can be the one who's packing his bags and sending him on his way and taking his title in the process. So it's a fight that I'd love. He's similar kind of build, size, style to me. So I just think it would be a really, really entertaining fight for all the fans. And then ultimately, he's an absolute legend of MMA. He's been around so long, and to share the octagon with him would be an absolute honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for yourself coming up through the division, there's probably not a better guy you could potentially take that title off, really, is there? It sounds like they want to keep him in the division. They want to keep him around. They've promised him he's going to get 2 fights this year, which hopefully will keep him happy. But do those concerns that he's raised recently, is that something that concerns you going forward? If you do become the champ, that there's potentially not lots of fights out there at the moment.
See, I don't really think so because I think he's just on a mental contract money wise. You know what I mean? And I just think that I don't know whether it's that they don't want to pay him the money or whatever the crack is, but I'm not earning the money that he's earning. You know what I mean? And if I am to become a champion, I still wouldn't be earning the money he's earning because he was just tied into a big paying contract. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm gonna be a part of this new wave, this new generation that's earning whatever I'm earning, and I'll be happy to earn whatever I earn. I can't really expect to be earning what these MMA veterans are earning. They've been around the game so long. So for me to be asking what they're earning, I would need to kind of keep myself in check. You know what I mean? Like if I'm asking for, whatever, how many 100,000 a fight, you know what I mean? Like it's just not realistic. It's not sustainable for the company. But I'm not too worried about where I'm headed. You know what I mean?
Who would you say is the greatest featherweight of all time? It's your division. You're potentially Pitbulls. Is an argument for being one of those top guys in the division, pound for pound. So yeah, where do you kind of rank? Who is the best guy?
I don't know. It's hard because there's so many generations. You know what I mean? There's been
Yeah,
so many good. Like you can throw Aldo out there because he was so dominant for so many years. Like Connor, he came in and made a way like ran a muck for his period at featherweight. Obviously you have Pitbull there who's done a whole load. Then you have Elia Tuporia coming up who's looking really good. You have Max Holloway who was on a great stint at featherweight, and Alexander Volkanovski. I don't really know. I don't really know, to be honest, how I'd rate them in terms of the best to ever do it. From 1 to 5 or whatever like that. I can't really put my finger on it, and it's not an answer I can really throw out. But in terms of dominance over a long period of years, speaking like for longevity, I'd probably say Jose Aldo maybe. Just because of how long he was on top from the WEC days to the UFC days up until Conor dethroned him. Maybe that would be my argument for number one. But yeah, I couldn't really pick one, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. It's a tough one. You could pick any of those guys and make a good argument for it, really, couldn't you?
Yeah,
So 25th of Jan, Ahmed Magomedov
yeah.
what's your prediction for the fight?
My prediction, to be honest, I don't really know. It kind of depends. Like, this is the first time I say I don't really know. Like, but I don't. It kind of depends what way he comes out to fight me. You know, if he's really looking to go wrestling heavy, you know, it could be a case of me just winning by decision. You know what I mean? Just edging him off, picking him apart, and winning by decision, depending on how he's fighting me. But you know, I always say this, and and I always prove myself right. Is that like you only need to make one mistake with me in there, and I can either catch up a submission, or else I can get a knockout. You know what I mean? All I need is one mistake. So for now, I always say like I'm fighting a 3 round fight. You know, I'm not going out and putting all my eggs in one basket trying to get a finish. Ultimately, I am a finisher, so when them opportunities present themselves, I will take it. But for ultimately, the main goal is to win the fight over 3 rounds, and I know he's going to be looking to win the fight over 3 rounds as his style kind of leans towards that, we'll say. But yeah, I'm going to look to defend his takedowns, take him down myself, maybe submit him, who knows. But I'm going to be fighting him with ruthless pressure and with mean intentions, and that's for sure. So how he reacts to that is on him. So how the fight goes depends on how he tries to fight me, really.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see it, mate. It's gonna be a good one, and yeah, hopefully you can capitalize on the mic afterwards, because I think a big win here, and surely a title shot after this.
100%. I feel like I'll be on a 12 fight win streak. Hopefully, if I get another fourth round finish, I'll be on a 12 fight win streak with 10 fourth round finishes. I feel like, you know, like I said, there's a little bit of a history between SBG and the Pitbull brothers. So let's do it.
Yeah, that's an incredible fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully all goes well for you, Nathan, and maybe we'll get to chat to you after hopefully a victory on the 25th, and it's great things to come from then.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
All the best, mate. Great to have you on as always.
Same as. Thanks again, man.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSport app, and on your smart speaker. talkSport.